What's up, all you crash test dummies? It's your boy, Crash Out Cowboys fan. Today, we talking about coaches. More specifically, 3 head coach candidates that I think would be great for all of these teams that need a guy. First off, just want to let y'all know, I do not watch college. So I barely have any college guys on here. But if you have some suggestions, throw them in the comments. Help me learn, educate me a little bit. And as well as I tried really hard not to repeat anyone. So there are definitely guys that would be great in multiple places. But I wanted everyone to get something unique. Show some love to all these teams that need a coach. Let's get into it. First off, let's talk about the Raiders. First overall pick. Not a bad place to be if you're a new head coach. You get to pick your guy, build around him however you like. First off, hear me out. Curt Cignetti. Listen to this. You pair the first overall pick, which you have, with Fernando Mendoza and his college coach, who are tearing it up right now. We already know it works. It might be a fun idea. He kind of took a bad program and turned it into an undefeated playoff team. They're on track to win the finals for college football. That'd be interesting. Second off, the Raiders need stability. The Raiders need a lot of stuff, but the one thing they need is a culture. You know who would set a culture and who would really just help them build some character? How about Robert Saleh? He was a head coach with the Jets, didn't work out. Is that his fault? I don't think so. He's doing wonders right now with a very, very injured 49ers team. Let's get Robert Saleh in there as head coach to reset everything. And last one I got for the Raiders, my personal favorite for the Raiders is Robert Saleh. Wizard DC head coach experience. Kind of ended weird with the Dolphins, but I still think he's super, super talented, and I think he would do great as a head coach for the Raiders. Let's show some love to the Titans. Shout out the boy, Derek, Crash Out Titans fan. This is what I got for y'all. Number 1, Jim Schwartz, currently the Browns DC. He has ties to the organization already. He runs one of the best defenses in the NFL. Can he keep it going and become a head coach again? Or I don't know if he was a head coach before, but he's a very experienced coach. I think it could work really well. Just build around Jeffrey Simmons in that defense and just have a nasty defense. That could work really well. Number 2, what I got for the Titans is Kevin Stefanski. Already a fairly successful head coach with horrible quarterbacks. What if we gave him a really good quarterback, a really young quarterback in Cam Ward, and let him run the program through him? That would be awesome. I really, really like that idea. I think Kevin Stefanski would be great on the Titans. However, my number 1 pick for the Titans, if I was picking the coach, is Klint Kubiak, the current Seahawks offensive coordinator. He's young. He doesn't have as much experience as these guys. He's never been a head coach, but I think he is the best up-and-coming, newest offensive mind. I think he would be awesome. Just imagine what he could do with Shimmeray DK and the boys and Cam Ward. I think if he's not a head coach this year, he will be next year. I think it would be awesome for the Titans. Next up, we got Arizona, and I ain't gonna lie, I do not care what y'all do. Arizona is like the boringest team ever, but I got y'all with the scoop. How about Clayton Adams, current Cowboys offensive coordinator, was their offensive line coach, so there is the tie. He doesn't call plays, so I don't think he's going to be a head coach anywhere. But he took a kind of trash offensive line in Arizona and made it really good. He's helped the Cowboys offensive line improve even with the injuries, and the Cowboys offense was really, really awesome. So why not at least interview him? But please don't leave. Please stay. We'll give you some money, please. Next up for Arizona, I got Steve Spagnuolo, the Chiefs defensive coordinator, has head coaching experience. Doesn't get a lot of head coaching buzz like I kind of think he should, because those Spags defenses have always been amazing. Maybe he could go in, get a really good defense, pick a good OC, and run the program. Number 1 for Arizona, though, y'all are mid. Y'all are, like, so mid. You know who is great with mid teams and could really help you guys go from mid to a playoff team? How about Mike McCarthy? Shout out Cowboys' old head coach, Green Bay's old head coach. It would be his third head coaching job. I don't think it happens a lot, but he knows how to run an offense. He knows how to run a program. I think he could help you guys at least get to the playoffs and then go from there. All right, let's talk about the Giants. Honestly, y'all should have kept Brian Daboll because he sucks and you guys suck. It works. But if I was looking for a head coach and I worked for the Giants, this is who I would pick. Number one, how about Joe Brady, the Bills' offensive coordinator? He kind of gets some head coaching buzz the last couple of years. He runs a good offense. Maybe he could go in and help Jackson Dart out a little bit. Second up, I got Matt LaFleur, the Rams' offensive coordinator. Have you seen what the Rams are doing right now? Like, Matthew Stafford, probably going to be MVP. Puka Nacua might be Offensive Player of the Year if it's not JSN. Then you have Devontae Adams, and then I know they have a lot of talent, but they use it so well that I think he should be a head coaching candidate somewhere, and the Giants is a great place to start. Last up, this one just makes sense. John Harbaugh to the Giants. You get a culture setter, you get a CEO-style head coach that can just come in and just fix all of their problems. I hope it doesn't happen, but if I was the Giants, I would do everything I could to make it happen. Let's talk about the Falcons. This is an interesting head coaching spot to be in because they have everything but a quarterback, basically. They have a really good defense. They have amazing skill position players, just in your quarterback. So I don't think it's a bad spot to try to beat. So let's go with Chris Shula, the Rams defensive coordinator. Have you seen the Rams defense? We could do this whole conversation again. He's been running a tight ship, running a good program down there. I think he deserves a chance at a head coaching job very soon. Next up, we got Jeff Hafley, the Packers defensive coordinator. Now, it is weird to point out the defense hasn't been as good the last couple of weeks, but that tends to happen when your superstar pass rusher gets hurt. So I won't hold that against him. The Packers defenses have been very good the last couple of years, and I think he is a big reason why. Why not give him a look? See if he can take what's already a really good defense and make it even better. Could be cool. This is probably my favorite. This is probably my favorite spot on this whole list. Let's put Mike McDaniels on the Falcons and let him have Bijan Robinson and Drake London and maybe Kyle Pitts if he stays. I guess we'll see. That would be so cool. That would be so fun. Listen, he already made it work with a trash quarterback. It doesn't matter. He already and a left-handed quarterback too. Sometimes coaches don't like left-handed quarterbacks. You take Penix, give him Mike McDaniels. Like, he made Tua a Pro Bowler. He helped Tua get to the most passing yards in the league a couple years ago. Like, I think Mike McDaniels deserves so much more credit than he gets. On the Falcons would be so fun. It'd be so fun to watch. And everyone's fantasy teams would finally be fixed. So, let's do it. All right, let's talk about the Browns. Kind of an interesting spot to be in because, like, they have, like, 6 quarterbacks, but they all kind of suck. But you have Myles Garrett, so it's not the worst. How about Adam Dirty, Seahawks defensive coordinator? Their defense is really, really good. I don't know if he calls plays or if it's Mike, their coach, calling plays. However, I have a soft spot for Adam Dirty. He was on the Cowboys coaching staff for a long time. I was sad when he left. He's doing really good work. Maybe give him a shot. And then let's go ahead and throw in Todd Monken, the Ravens offensive coordinator. What if they just poach their coordinator? So now the Ravens need a new coordinator, and you have maybe a good new head coach. That'd be cool. I think it'd be funny. And then my top pick for the Browns would be Vance Joseph, the Broncos defensive coordinator. I think he is a head coach this year. I just don't know where yet. That Broncos defense is so good. The Browns defense is so good. What if we took the mind from one really good defense and put him in with the players of another really good defense and just let him go crazy? That'd be really fun. All right, so we got 2 more to talk about. The reason it took me so long for this video to come out is because these dudes fired their coaches later. But let's go ahead and talk about the Ravens. I do think there is a chance they do just promote Todd Monken, their offensive coordinator, to head coach. Obviously, he already runs the offense, and it's a good offense, so I think that's something to monitor. I'm not sure if they will, but, just throwing it out there. How about Cliff Kingsbury? the Washington offensive coordinator, going to work with another mobile quarterback in Lamar Jackson. I'm not the biggest fan of him, admittedly, but he did work with Kyler Murray and Jaden Daniels recently, both mobile quarterbacks. Maybe he can get something out of Lamar Jackson running that offense down there with the Ravens. And then number one, Jesse Minter, the Ravens defensive coordinator, I think also deserves to be a head coach. That Chargers defense, talent-wise, is not that good. They don't have that many like S-tier, A-tier talented guys, but Jesse Minter consistently gets a really good play out of them, especially in that secondary. His schemes are really fun to watch, so might be worth looking into. Last one up is we got the Dolphins. I think another good fit, I already used him, but Joe Brady, Bills offensive coordinator, going there, trying to, I don't know if they're going to keep Tua, trying to fix Tua. Honestly, I don't know what they're going to do. I think he could work really well. What if they just promoted their defensive coordinator, Anthony Weaver, and made him head coach? He's got interviews in the past. I actually think the Cowboys interviewed him for head coach back when we hired Shoddy. But again, their defense is not very talented, and it does seem like he gets decent play out of them. So it's something to look at. But this one kind of feels like a foregone conclusion, honestly. John Harbaugh to the Fins. That job was not available until after John Harbaugh got fired by the Ravens, and then all of a sudden the Dolphins don't want Mike McDaniels. It seems weird, and it seems like they planned that. I don't know. I got my eye on you, Dolphins, because you guys are moving weird, and I think it's because you want Harbaugh, who I think would do a very good job anywhere. But if the Dolphins are willing to just give him like CEO powers, he might be able to turn that into a decent program. That's what I have for you guys today, talking about head coaches. I will be updating you as people get hired. There's 8 jobs available, which is kind of crazy. I actually don't know the last time we had that many available. It's kind of crazy how many jobs are available. It's 25% of the league. I'll keep you guys updated, so go ahead and subscribe, have some fun, and keep crashing out. And let me know if I missed any or who you would like to see your teams hire in the comments down below. I will see you guys later.